This is where the Blacktown name came from. This is where it originated from, was this site here. The Blacktown Native Institute. It's very easy to forget the histories here, but this is first contact place. This is where the two cultures collided, really, and first stolen generation, site of first stolen generation is here. And my ancestor, Maria Locke, was one of those people. Governor Macquarie, when he set up the Native Institute in Parramatta, Maria Locke was the first enrolment there. First one to go in there, taken from a tribal life and into institutional regime, foreign to her, learning new ways, learning how to speak that language. She was also the first to actually top that colonial exam between white and black. She topped it. And yet she was invisible and unheard of. When I first started researching my own family history, and I just thought, wow, no one knows about this woman. Man, she was the first official marriage between white and black in a church in Australia. The illiterate English convict Robert Locke, he became her husband. It's a really interesting scenario because she was like an independent landowner at a very early stage in Australian history, you know. So, you know, you think of those times, it's early in the 1800s when that was going on. It's crazy here, just standing here and seeing the traffic, and to think, you know, 200 years ago, for the Blacktown Native Institute, it was a totally different scenario. The location of this site is interesting because these roads were main walking tracks. You know, Aboriginal walking tracks were the quickest way from A to B. A lot of our main roads here in Sydney are actually on old Aboriginal walking tracks. And so this happens to be one of them, you know. This one goes from Windsor into Blacktown, into the city, into Parramatta. There were walking tracks. There were plentiful food sources everywhere. There was fresh water that flowed readily across country. Aboriginal people just had a way of living within country, within Nurra. We call it Nurra. The healing of country, or the healing of Nurra. And here on this particular space, the Blacktown Native Institute, the healing needs to happen, and it can start with very small gestures that are then carried on by others, and people get to know about the place. We had a series of artist camps over 5 years, I think it was. So we had from 2014 on to 2018 was the last. And then I was part of the Biennale, I think that was 2020. And, you know, this is a very significant site, Blacktown, the Blacks' town. They wanted to do a name change not long ago, and we all protested, no way, because that's one small way of reminding people where that name came from, you know. It was named after the blacks who lived here in their huts, and they formed a little community that was then labelled the Blacks' Town. So, you know, important histories for all Australians. Naya Leanne Tobin. I am Leanne Tobin. I'm a Dharug community member and a Dharug artist. My mother's side has always lived in this place here, Parramatta, Blacktown.
There are 13 other Blacktown stories to hear, and you can see photos of everyone and read more about them on the website, impactstudios.edu/weareblacktown. We Are Blacktown is a UTS Impact Studios production. It's produced by Britta Jorgensen, Jane Curtis, and Celine Teo Blocky. Research by Jackie May. Sound design by Melissa May. Podcast artwork by Alexandra Morris. Theme music is Beaming by Friday. The executive producer is Olivia Rosenman. The executive producer of Impact Studios is Sarah Gilbert. Thank you to everyone in Blacktown we spoke to. We Are Blacktown is part of an audio project embracing place-based principles called Welcome to Blacktown. This project is supported by the Paul Ramsay Foundation. My name is Angelica Ujinaka Salakis, and I've lived in the Blacktown local government area for most of my life. If you want to hear more about Blacktown, you can listen to my story in Sink or Swim, a podcast about staying cool in Western Sydney. and learning to swim as an adult. It's the story of one hot Australian summer that doesn't match the postcard perfect image. And it's a window into our climate-changing future. Find it wherever you get your podcasts.
The sun is beaming, I'm sticking to the leather. I must be dreaming.